Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the most profitable media franchises that has ever been created. For over a decade now, it has been printing money for its developer Rockstar. Recently, there has been lots of hype over their upcoming release of GTA 6. While there have been some controversies, it is undeniable this will be one of the largest releases in all of gaming history. I think that GTA 6 has the potential to change gaming forever. With its industry-changing AI for its NPCs, new graphic engine, innovative gameplay, and expansive open world, it will be the gaming event of the decade to say the least. Today on Poseidon Films, we investigate how GTA 6 will change gaming forever and what to expect upon its release. The cultural impact of the franchise cannot be understated. Pretty much everyone who plays video games has good memories related to Grand Theft Auto. The sheer hype alone is going to carry this to be one of the biggest releases ever. Even GTA 5 shattered records when it came to first-day sales and copies sold. Even now, GTA is in the top 5 best-selling games of all time. When GTA 5 released, it took just 3 days for it to hit $1 billion in revenue. Considering how much larger gaming has become since 2012, and also considering how much more prolific the franchise has become, I think it will take less than a day for the new release to cross the 1 billion mark. This will become the benchmark that all gaming studios want to achieve when it comes to an absolutely flawless launch. Even now, some game studios are searching for something to become as relevant as GTA 5. However, GTA 6 launches will be studied by gaming companies from across the industry for inspiration as to how to launch future products. While most AAA launches have been complete and total disasters, Rockstar is a studio that has always had somewhat coherent releases and after-release support. They aren't the type of studio to give up on a game a short time into its release cycle. I mean, they are still releasing updates for GTA 5 despite the game being over a decade old at this point. I think the launch will be somewhat smooth considering the development of GTA 6 has been one of the most expensive games ever produced. The least Rockstar could do is roll it out successfully. They also are aware that a rough launch could prove disastrous from a word of mouth and marketing perspective. Whenever a game releases and is found to have a flurry of issues, the community response is usually ridicule and shame. I don't think Rockstar wants to have one of the most hyped launches in gaming history clouded with unhappy fans. You have to understand that this game is a work of love and investment that gaming has never seen before. They have spent over 10 years working to polish GTA 6 into a version ready for release, and they don't want it tainted by a bad launch. On top of probably shattering records within hours of release, it will also be the first in the franchise since AI really started to take hold in the world. While GTA 5 does a good job with NPC behavior, the jumps in technology that have taken place since its release means that the new world should be much more immersive and full of life than ever before. Rockstar has already claimed the new development when it comes to NPC will leave players impressed, but considering how core NPC characters are to the GTA experience, this could add a new layer of immersion never seen before. To put it this way, when GTA released the Xbox One was simply a concept nearing release. Since then, we have had an entire generation of consoles, great leaps forward in AI development, and tons more investment into the gaming space as a whole. COVID caused a surge in technology that made great leaps in technology worthwhile to invest in, and we can only imagine how much better the NPC behavior is going to be after a decade of work. The more NPCs can immerse into the environment, the more realistic the world as a whole feels. With the new technology, Rockstar has a chance to make the most realistic GTA to date. Whatever the behavior of these characters are will likely set the standard for player expectations going forward in role-playing games. If the new system is incredible, it will be hard for gamers to go back to the last generation of technology in other titles. Once you know the possibility of new technology, it can be hard to put that back in the bag. The map is reported to be even larger than GTA 5, reportedly being as large as 125 square kilometers. This combined with the new behavior of the world could mean the most immersive experience ever seen in gaming. While Los Santos is a world that has plenty to do, and lots of regions within the world to offer players different experiences, this new world will make that entire expanse look like a sandbox by comparison. This will keep players invested into the game for a longer period of time, and considering that lobbies are still full to this day, it would make the release unstoppable. Over the release of the last entry into the series, people are still finding new Easter eggs and challenges that leave them with that sense of discovery. A larger map would take years for people to truly explore and master. It would be a surefire way to ensure that customer engagement stays at a record level, making the new entry to the series even more profitable for Rockstar than the last. After all, while Grand Theft Auto is a piece of gaming history, its main goal is to generate revenue for their parent company. The writers for the Grand Theft Auto series have always done an incredible job making the story feel real and creating characters that become gaming icons. I have no doubt that they will be able to craft a compelling story that will keep players engaged in the game. The story mode will probably go down as one of the best gaming stories ever written, just like the last two entries into the series, but this just has to be compelling enough to gather good reviews. While story time is compelling in Grand Theft Auto, well, know that the main popularity for this title is going to come from online multiplayer. GTA Online still ranks as one of the most popular online games by active player count. It has spawned endless influencer careers and been the home to countless good times amongst gamers and their friends. It is still receiving updates to this day, and with that, it is one of the most profitable divisions of Rockstar even now, generating tens of millions of dollars each month in microtransaction revenue. GTA Online has been the equivalent of a money printer for the studio, and there is no way they aren't going to try to replicate the popularity of the game now. I also think the greater online gaming community is practically foaming at the mouth for the addition of a new Grand Theft Auto Online. The RP community is still huge, and they will be jumping for joy at the fact they will have a larger world to create content in. The content creators are excited to have a world to produce content in. Think about how many millionaire Grand Theft Auto has accidentally created from its popularity in the YouTube world. Past that, everyone loves jumping into a Grand Theft Auto server with their friends and spending the next few hours causing chaos. It will have support from all relevant corners. Die-hard fans will do anything to support the game. People up in the air will play it because everyone else is. Streamers will play online for the sheer popularity, and content creators will have a boost in popularity that in turn will be marketing for the game. If the online mode is fun, then people will naturally get addicted to the gameplay and go on to support the game for years to come. Let's be honest, GTA Online is the main reason that GTA 5 has stayed relevant for as long as it has. Rockstar knows that the online portion of this game is an absolute no-fumble situation. When GTA Online came out, it really ushered in a new era for selling in-game currency across most franchises. Rockstar really sets the standard when it comes to trends in the industry. Whatever changes they implement to make GTA 6 Online more profitable will probably be replicated in most popular franchises soon. If they have a way to monetize games even better than shark cards, I think it will be a short period of time until it becomes standard across most games. Rockstar has always been innovative when it comes to new ways to monetize their content, and I'm sure they have some tricks up their sleeve for their soon-to-be massive launch. We also need to talk about the sheer amount of hype already being built for this game. Anytime anyone says anything about this game, it appears to be on the front page of most game publications. The community is excited, and I think this is a game that has a crossover with almost every major franchise out at the moment. Even if GTA 6 is a flop that everyone regrets buying, it will still end up selling tens of millions of copies on the first day alone. If it is a failure, the amount of trouble Rockstar will find themselves in would also change the industry forever. This has been an expensive game to produce. If they get bad word of mouth and bad reception and end up not being able to make a game that is relevant for the next decade, Rockstar will be in financial trouble. They notoriously have years between releases and usually end up dropping a masterpiece, but the longevity of their game is what allows them to be so thorough. If GTA 6 doesn't end up being a game that can generate revenue until their next release, it could put a real financial strain on the company. The expectations of the community are insanely high as well. The modern gamer has become obsessed with picking apart new games for any flaws upon release. Most of these games have nowhere near the hype that GTA 6 does. Any errors in this game will be found quickly and spread like wildfire. The pressure that must be on the developers of this game over at Rockstar Studios must be insane. They know if there are any major flaws in the game, they will be totally torn apart. Another crazy fact, just to showcase the popularity of the franchise, both Microsoft and Sony are bracing for an increase in console sales around the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. That's right, just one single game has the ability to boost entire console sales. That is the amount of pressure resting on the performance of GTA 6. If somehow this game ends up being a disappointment, it will go down as one of the biggest failures in all of gaming history. People will never trust Rockstar again. And honestly, the amount of ruthless memes that would be dropped on them would be nothing like we've ever seen before. I don't think Rockstar will release anything but perfection. This is a do or die moment for the company. While fans will pick it apart upon release, a vast majority of gamers have a lot of goodwill towards the franchise. If it isn't perfect, but still a fun playable experience, then most gamers will be willing to overlook niche issues. Especially if online is as good as predicted, I think the reception will be overwhelmingly warm, so at least the developers can work, knowing the community wants to appreciate the game as intended. The only thing that makes me nervous is how many games that were supposed to be perfect were released in absolute states of disrepair. Everyone remembers how embarrassing the initial release of Cyberpunk 2077 was. The developers managed to turn that into a recovery, but it shows that sometimes releases this big can end in unexpected ways. I think myself and the entire gaming community will be waiting with bated breath to see how the game turns out, but I'm hoping it ends up positive for everyone involved. That is how GTA 6 will change gaming forever, and how it is currently building expectations for one of the biggest gaming releases in history. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate you taking a second to press the like button and comment down below how you expect the launch of GTA 6 to go. If you like videos like this, we post gaming videos once a week and are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Check out the video on screen now about how Minecraft will never die. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next week.